Hello and welcome to another edition of Wisdom Diary on Impact TV. I am Andy Asamoah. Thanks very much for joining me on this edition. In this concluding part of my three-part series on dealing with the past, I want to take a look at how to address the past as a victim. In my previous editions, I dealt with the reasons you need to fix your past and how to address the past as a perpetrator or offender. And these were incredibly exciting revelations about the past. If you've not seen them, try and follow the links below to catch up on those episodes. In this episode, I want to tackle how to deal with the past purely from the angle of a victim. A victim in this sense is anyone who has been negatively impacted or affected by the choices of other people in the past, and as a result may be living in the shadows of what may have happened and may still be deeply, deeply hurt. If your past fits into this kind of category, here are 7 crucial hints you need to take into consideration in attempting to fix your past. Number 1 is that you will have to come to a point of a firm decision to free yourself from the consequences of your past. The reason is that life's journey is tough and your success depends on your ability to give the journey your all. You therefore need to work to free yourself of the kind of things and the hindrances from the past that are capable of draining your energy or that have what it takes to distract you from running the race of life with all and the all in you. The second is to fully try to understand and appreciate the cause of your pain or what made you a victim in the first place. This requires you to reflect on what went wrong, where things went wrong, and most importantly, your role in whatever went wrong. In doing that, find out why things went the way they did and whether you may have done anything to predispose yourself or to put you in a position of vulnerability. By probing the situation, you are not aiming to find ways to blame yourself or excuse yourself in any way, but to simply figure out the part of the situation you have the power to control, so that next time you encounter a similar situation, you would have empowered yourself or prepared yourself enough to avoid a repeat of such a situation. Also remember that the successes of the wise are usually built on their failures of yesteryears. And so once you've been able to find your part in what happened, you take full responsibility for your role in what happened. The reason is simple. In life, accepting where you are is always the first step in knowing where you should have been and where you really need to be. My third point is that you should allow yourself the space to grieve. Grieving is an essential part of the healing process. Some people sometimes break down because they never give their bodies the time and space to properly let out the kind of pain and disappointment they've bottled in them for so long. But whilst grieving is necessary, however, my counsel is that grieve, but for a season. Do not make your today a mourning period for your losses of yesterday. Because if you do, you will end up grieving about today once you get into tomorrow. My next point then is that whatever the situation is, and no matter how painful it's been, bring yourself to forgive. Forgiveness here means exercising your ability to let go of other people's offenses and wrongs towards you, even if they have not found the need to come over to you and say sorry. The reason you need to forgive them is because by doing that, you create the environment or what it takes for your system to let go or to properly heal. So having forgiven, you will have to look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself straight to the point that it's enough. You speak to your inner man to be strong. Basically, encourage yourself. The Bible says that weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. What that means is that there may be a season for mourning, but there's also one for joy. What I think, therefore, is that it is thus a big mistake to continue mourning when it is supposed to be your season of joy. One of the ways, therefore, to remain positive despite the pains and disappointment life sometimes brings is to tell yourself that your success in life will not be built only on the basis of your perfections, but also on the lessons from your moments of actual weaknesses. You should also let yourself know that in this life, your knowledge of your weaknesses is always a hint to your source of strength. The next thing is that you make a bold decision to let go. And what I mean is deal with bitterness. Reverend Istudanaba, a Ghanaian preacher, once put it profoundly, that bitterness is the only weapon that kills the bearer and leaves the target. I believe that the bitterness of yesteryears has what it takes to kill your happiness today and even drown your successes tomorrow. The seventh important point is this, that you will have to make an effort to work on yourself in two key areas. First is your mindset about happiness or your construct of happiness. The thing you should know about happiness is that it is always a big mistake to outsource your happiness to forces outside your complete control. In other words, you enslave yourself to any person if you grant that person absolute control over your happiness. To be happy, you have to take charge of your happiness and be the master of your own happiness. Also endeavor to make room for other people's mistakes. Don't take everything to heart, and sometimes don't overprocess happenings around you. Because if you do, I can assure you, you will always find 1,001 reasons to remain hurt and unhappy each single day. And embrace the positive side of things. Someone said, there's always an angel in the room, even if it is dark. Look for him and you will have a cause to smile. However, if you spend all your time pursuing the devil in the shadows in the same room, you will find it too. Therefore, choose to find the angel and you will have cause to smile. Most of all, even though bad things sometimes happen to good people, choose to be happy and positive. By doing that, you will have what it takes to be infectious and be a source of light in the lives of many people in this dark world. God bless you, and thank you very much for watching this episode of Wisdom Diary. Do remember to follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Don't forget to let us know if this episode has been of help to you in any way. Do remember that despite the odds in any day, your step in the right direction will never take you to the left. God bless you.